The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has officially launched the 2025 Digital, Electronic, Online or Non-Traditional Consumer Lending Regulations, aiming to curb unethical practices by digital lenders in Nigeria. Effective from July 21, 2025, the regulation imposes fines of up to 100 million naira or 1% of turnover on non-compliant operators. It targets issues like harassment, data breaches, and exploitative loan recovery tactics. The rules require registration, fair interest rates, data privacy, and ethical lending practices. FCCPC CEO Tunji Bello emphasized that innovation must respect consumer rights. The regulation also mandates local ownership for airtime, data lenders, and bans unauthorized lending and monopolistic practices. Consumers can report violations via the FCCPC's compliant portal. To discuss this, we are joined by President of the Association of Small Business Owners of Nigeria, Dr. Femi Egbesola. Dr. Femi, thank you and good evening.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
Dr. Femi, what is your assessment of the FCCPC's 2025 DEON regulations in terms of their technical soundness and enforceability within the digital lending ecosystem?
Well, for us, the new declaration by the FCCPC is a welcome development. And we believe that it is really going to support both small business owners and individual borrowers who have over the time, for a very long time, have suffered harassment, defamation, and data abuse from some unregulated loan apps. And we have so many of them now in Nigeria. And it's also showing that even though we welcome innovation in Nigeria, but it should not also come at the expense of human dignity and consumer rights. So today, this framework that we're talking about, I believe will help to restore confidence in the digital lending while encouraging only responsible operators to remain in the system. So for us, it's a very good idea. We believe that it is going to help us a lot in the MSME space. Then the next thing is, does the FCCPC have the capacity to manage this? That's another question that calls for answer. We hope that they will have a structure and a system that will enable them to be able to oversee all of these, take complaints, because many SMEs and individual borrowers will now begin to channel their complaints to FCCPC. Will they be able to address all of these complaints? Will they be able to also address them in record time? Again, also, you see that many of these loan apps or digital lenders are not registered. When they become, when they come to the line of the law, will they still be ready to register, or will it be one same game the way it has always been? Because one thing in Nigeria is to bring out penalties for non-compliance. Another thing is to ensure that those penalties are actually dealt with and is sustained over time, and it is not sectional. We are going to look at how all of this is going to play out. And if it does, it's going to really help to bring about more financial inclusion. It's also going to allay fears of consumers who have been afraid to borrow money. And it's also going to help to improve businesses, because we'll now be able to concentrate more on our businesses rather than thinking of how to pay loans with arbitrary interest rates. It will also bring about cheaper funds, because it means that interest rate will now be more regulated in the financial space, in the fintech space, and that will be for the benefit of everyone.
So, Dr. Femi, do you expect these new regulations to reduce the availability of quick and unsecured loans for small business owners, especially those without formal credit history or collateral?
Yes, it will. It will. First, it's two ways. First, with this new regulation, you will see that many of these loan sharks, in the name of fintech digital lenders, will leave the space. So it means that we may have fewer, in the short while, we may have fewer lenders in the space, and that will limit lending for the SMEs and even households. In the other way around, those who do not have very good credit history consumers or lenders who do not have good credit history may not be able to access funds as it should be again. But then it also helps to increase responsibility. When it comes to lending, both sides should be responsible, both the lender and those who need the fund. And that is one of the things that this new law is going to enforce. And I think it is also good that we all are responsible. We all make ourselves good lenders and at the same time good borrowers. It's also good for the FCCPC to now begin to look at how to align frameworks to ensure that there's good credit reporting history to credit bureaus by all of these platforms so that they can always at a fingertip have access to MSME's data, and that will help them to be able to know who to lend to and who not to lend to.
And do you foresee any operational or technological challenges for small business owners in verifying whether a digital lender is DEON compliant before taking loans?
Well, that may happen because it's important for us to be able to verify. We really do not know how it is going to work for now. It is still a new innovation. We're looking at how it's going to work. But for us as an association, one of the key roles we need to be doing now is to educate our members and even the MSME community all around Nigeria that when you must borrow, you must look at lenders that are registered with FCCPC. We should also be ready to read very clearly the loan terms and conditions. And if there are issues, be ready to report harassment. Be ready to report hidden charges or unethical practices. And for us also, we begin to look at how we can create publicity and awareness about this new regulation, partner with FCCPC to report violation, and also increase the financial literacy among our members so that they can be informed about all of these new policies and how they can go about it in a way to improve their business. So all in all, it is going to strengthen the ecosystem if we are able to embrace responsible financing in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Dr. Femi, for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much for having me.